All right, how to repair the Hayward Aquanaut 400. So this is one specific repair. This is replacing the wheel treads and the gears. So the gears are plastic. The gears are, it's a hard plastic, but they do wear out over time. So I'm not sure how well this shows up on video. If you look at the gears here, you'll see that these are worn down. There's actually a ridge right here where the gears have worn down. So this part is what drives the bearing, the gear, but it's worn down from the original, and so it no longer spins. So anyways, it's pretty easy to do it. You just have 2 screws on the top here, right in here. Just have 2 Phillips number 2 screws. Just want to undo those. They're very long, specialized screws, so don't lose them. Set them aside somewhere safe. So those come out. And then this part, this little blue handle comes off. Then you have one more screw in here. Phillips number 2 screw. It's the same screw, same size screw. Okay, and then once that's off, then the top of this plastic housing just comes off like this. Okay. There's lots of things in here that you can replace. So what we're doing today are the wheel gears, but you can replace these flappers. These gears, fortunately, this unit is 5 years old, as I mentioned in the intro, but these gears are in really good condition. So no need to replace those. So probably the main things that are going to wear out will be the wheel gears. At least in my case, that's what's worn out. So after 5 years, I saw it suddenly stopped moving in the pool. It's best, if you're not familiar with this, to take a picture of everything before you start taking it apart. It is a pretty simple repair, but take some pictures so you know what's what. These wheels I just put on, I probably should have filmed it, but basically all you do is you can take these off over the edge like this, and then you buy a new set like on Amazon and slip them back on. Put the new set back on. And by the way, I will leave a link to all these items in the description. Everything I use for this repair, I will link to those. So I'm using genuine Hayward parts. I can't speak for imitation parts. They're probably okay, but I don't know for sure. So I'm using the real genuine Hayward parts. The only exception is that I had to buy an aftermarket wheel kit. I couldn't find the wheels, but all the gears and bearings that I'm using are genuine Hayward parts. Okay, so you just want to look for the slot. So I'm not sure how well it's going to look on video here, but there is a slot. Well, I mean, I can show you in the top here. There's this slot right here. Right here, where the screwdriver can fit in there. You want to pry off this little cap. Now I'm doing the back wheels, so I need to pry off the cap back here. And it's plastic, so it needs to be gentle, but the cap pries off, and you can see it has like this kind of design where you'll put it back in as kind of a locking pin when you're done with it. So don't lose that. And then this little flat piece just comes right off. It's not being held on by anything else. And then the wheel itself, you'll see it can come off now. It can be a little bit tight, but just kind of wiggle it off. In each kit you get 1 set, so I had to buy two of these. Again, I'll leave links down below for these part numbers. But what's unfortunate, or not necessarily unfortunate, so this gear shaft that it shows you here, this one's for the rear wheels, so you need 2 because you've got 2 rear wheels, right? You need this piece here, which is a different size gear shaft for this wheel. And then you have a third kit for this gear shaft. So if you want to rebuild all 4 wheels, you need 1, 2, 3, 4 kits, but these are the same. Thus, if you're going to rebuild all 4 wheels, you'll need this kit, and then 2 of these kits. And again, I'll leave a link down below the part numbers and the quantities, just to make that clear. And I've already done the front ones here. You can see how faded the old one is, and then how dark, kind of new, this new one is here. Here's the gears that need to come out. They're exposed now. And I'm not sure how well the video picks this up, but they're very worn down. So these gears turn on the inside of here. Get a better clue. So in the inside of here, you have this channel that's geared, and this is in really good condition. But this gear that turns inside that channel, right? Let me point to it. Right. This gear turns inside that channel, and it's so worn down that it doesn't catch. It just spins, and so those rear wheels are not getting any drive. I'm just taking off the front wheels, just like the back wheels. Just popping off this cap. Pop a cap. All right. And then you push here. Take out the cap. You push here, and you can kind of just pull these off. Okay. All right. Now, if you look at the new pieces, the new piece here, so the bearings I think are probably okay. These, I haven't looked at them yet, but you get new bearings in the kit. So this is the new kit, and you get 2 bearings. Again, take photos before you take things out, just to make sure that it goes back in the same. Okay, they're out, and I think they're okay. They seem to spin fine, but I'm going to use the new bearings. There's the old one versus the new one. So the new one it's all the same towards the end. This one, you can see it's been worn down. This gear has a line on here which prevents the bearing from sliding all the way across it. So keep that in mind. You need to basically pack one on, then the axle, and then the other one. So add one bearing, right? Push it down. Then add your axle. It won't go all the way through because of that ridge. And then add your other bearing. And it's replaced. It's that simple. Let's do the other one real quick here. So again, we're going towards the outside. Just push. This one came out a lot easier. All right, just push those out. We have our other package here. All right, again, so we're just going to load from the outside. Put the first bearing in. Put the new axle in. It's going to stop at that ridge. And then you lock it in with the other bearing. Done. So it's a super easy repair. So the Aquanaut's about $480 right now, and these parts, all 4 wheels, I want to say it was about $125. So about 1/4 of the price if you can repair it. And I got 5 years out of it, so that's not bad. All right, so let's put everything back on in reverse. So just add the front wheels. It's going to go into the channels. Just line up your, and then put your little cap on the pin, and it's locked in. That's it, it's on. Push that down, add your wheel cover. There are little slats on here, and those slats fit on these slats here. So just find those, and it should. There it goes. And then put your pin in there. Done. I don't remember it being necessary to take the wheels off before, but this time it seemed like in order to get this past here, I had the wheel, the tread off. So it's not a big deal, but you may want to try it with the wheel on first to see if yours will clear here. If it'll clear there, you'll save a minute or two of having to take the wheels on and off, or the tires on and off. Be careful with the pins when you take them on and off. Just a reminder, they're kind of brittle plastic, so just go slowly, take your time. If these fall out, just pop them back in. You'd spin this around to find the empty part right there. All right, so everything's working. Make sure the gears are all lined up neatly. Make sure you have clearance down here that those new bearings you put in, if you replace the rear ones, that they're flush. If you replace the front ones, make sure that this gear here is lined up here. And then once everything is lined up, this should sit right down like that, nice and secure. You want to make sure that back here is flush, right? It's totally closed. Up here, you want to make sure this is totally closed. And then that's it. You take the first screw, just working in reverse, put that in, and then put the handle back on. Handle faces towards the rear. And pop this guy in. This, if you haven't hooked up before, the hose just kind of fits on by friction. You just kind of wiggle it off. And that's it. That's all it takes to replace tires and gears for this. Again, links in the description. And if you found this helpful, please like or subscribe. Any questions or comments, leave them down below. I'll be happy to reply. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again real soon.